Have you ever heard someone say, dogs are man's best friend? Well, today, I'm going to flip that idea on its head. This video is going to be controversial, because I'm about to argue that budgies, yes, those tiny little parrots, are actually better pets than dogs. By the end of this video, you might start looking at these colorful birds in a whole new way. Here's the plan. We'll look at cost, space, personality, lifestyle compatibility, emotional connection, and even the downsides of both pets. And I'm not saying dogs aren't amazing, they are. But budgies bring unique advantages that most people don't even realize. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe for more budgie guides, tips, and thought-provoking comparisons like this one. So let's dive in. First, let's talk about cost. Dogs are expensive. Between the price of the dog itself, vaccinations, food, grooming, insurance, and vet care, you can easily spend thousands every single year. Budgies, on the other hand, are one of the most affordable pets to keep. A bag of seed or pellets costs a fraction of dog food. Cages are a one-time purchase, and vet bills are usually much lower. Of course, you should still budget for proper care, but the reality is that budgies are far lighter on the wallet. Next up, space. Dogs need room. They need walks, gardens, or at least regular access to outdoor areas. For city dwellers or people living in small apartments, a dog can be impractical. Budgies, they thrive indoors, as long as you give them a roomy cage, safe out-of-cage playtime, and toys. They'll be perfectly content, even in a studio flat. This makes them a realistic pet for people who otherwise couldn't responsibly keep a dog. And here's a twist. Despite their small size, budgies are bursting with personality. Let's explore that personality. Dogs are loyal, social, and fun, but they're predictable. A Labrador is different from a Chihuahua, but in general, dogs show affection in familiar ways. Wagging tails, cuddles, play. Budgies, however, are full of surprises. They can learn to talk, whistle songs, mimic sounds, and even copy your laugh. Each budgie has its own quirks. Some love head scratches, some love climbing curtains, and some develop entire vocabularies. The variety of behaviors keeps owners endlessly entertained. A dog is your companion, yes, but a budgie feels like a tiny comedian, an entertainer, and a companion all rolled into one. Another big point, time commitment. Dogs need daily walks, training, and attention. For busy people with jobs, families, or irregular schedules, this can be overwhelming. Budgies, meanwhile, are far more flexible. They do need attention and out-of-cage time, but you can structure it around your routine. An hour or two of play and interaction a day is usually enough. No 6 a.m. walks in the rain. No rushing home at lunch to let them out. Let's also talk about cleanliness. Dogs shed fur, track mud inside, and sometimes have accidents. Budgies are much tidier. Yes, they shed tiny feathers and sometimes make a bit of mess with seed hulls, but their droppings are dry, odorless, and easy to clean. For allergy sufferers, budgies are often a safer choice than furry pets. Now, some people argue that dogs are more emotionally supportive. But is that true? Here's where it gets interesting. Emotional connection. Dogs give unconditional love and loyalty. That's wonderful, but sometimes it's almost too much. Some owners feel guilty leaving their dog alone, or they struggle when a dog becomes overdependent. Budgies, on the other hand, offer a more balanced type of bond. They recognize you, greet you with chirps, and even call out when you leave the room. They form pair bonds with humans and can become incredibly affectionate. The difference is, their love isn't needy. It's joyful, playful, and light. For many owners, this creates less pressure and more fun. And don't underestimate the power of a budgie's song. Waking up to cheerful chirps or whistles is uplifting in a way that barking never could be. The sound of a happy budgie can instantly boost your mood, while constant barking can stress people out, or worse, upset neighbors. Budgies also encourage mindfulness. Watching them preen, hop around, or explore toys is relaxing. It slows you down. Dogs get you moving, which is great, but budgies invite you to pause. For stressed or anxious people, that can be life-changing. Now, let's be fair, dogs do have advantages. They protect your home, get you exercising, and offer a physical companionship that birds can't match. But this isn't about saying budgies are the only good pet. It's about challenging the idea that dogs are automatically the best. Let's touch on lifestyle compatibility. Traveling with a dog is tough. You need sitters, kennels, or dog-friendly hotels. Budgies. They can stay at home with a friend visiting daily, or even with an automatic feeder and water system if you're gone just a weekend. This makes them more practical for people who like to travel or work long hours. Noise is another factor. Yes, some budgies get loud, but compare that to a barking dog disturbing the neighborhood at 2 a.m. A budgie's chatter is far less likely to result in complaints. And here's a point most people never think about. Lifespan balance. Dogs live 10 to 15 years. Losing them is heartbreaking. Budgies live 7 to 12 years on average. Shorter, yes, but often easier to fit into different life stages. And with proper care, some live even longer. Then there's the learning factor. Budgies can be trained to talk, do tricks, and respond to cues. Imagine your tiny bird saying hello when you come home. That's something no dog can replicate. Of course, this is controversial. Dog lovers will say, but dogs can fetch the paper, guide the blind, or rescue people. And that's true. Dogs are incredible service animals. But here's the key point. Not everyone needs a service animal. Most people just want a companion that fits their lifestyle. And for millions around the world, that's exactly what budgies provide. Now, let's cover some common objections. Objection 1. Budgies are too fragile. Truth. With the right cage, diet, and care, budgies are hardy. They're small, yes, but they're also resilient. Objection 2. Dogs show more love. Truth. Budgies show love differently. A bonded budgie will fly to your shoulder, preen your hair, or call for you when you're gone. That's love, just in bird language. Objection 3. You can't cuddle a budgie. Truth. While they're not lap pets, many budgies enjoy scratches, kisses, and perching close. Their affection feels unique, and in some ways, more special because you have to earn their trust. Objection 4. Dogs are better for families. Truth. Budgies are fantastic family pets. Children learn responsibility by caring for them, and the birds provide endless entertainment. Plus, they don't need walking in the rain or scooping giant piles of poo. At the end of the day, it's not about replacing dogs. It's about recognizing that budgies have their own strengths, and, in many everyday situations, they're the more practical, joyful choice. So let's wrap this up. We've looked at cost, space, personality, lifestyle compatibility, emotional connection, and the common objections. Dogs may be man's best friend, but budgies might just be the world's most underrated companion. If you're watching this as a dog lover, remember, this isn't about tearing dogs down. It's about celebrating what budgies bring to the table and why they deserve just as much recognition as our four-legged friends. Now, I want to hear from you. Do you agree or disagree? Would you ever choose a budgie over a dog? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I expect this one to get heated. And if you found this video interesting, don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out my other budgie guides linked at the end. Thanks for watching, and give your budgie a little head scratch from me.